eljöttetek, örülök, hogy itt vagyunk együtt, és nagyon örülök, hogy van egy szuper vendégelőadónk Philippe Rosinski személyében.
Coaching based on psychology, on common sense, it's not sufficient. We need a more global form of coaching, and in particular a form of coaching that takes into account the cross-cultural element. The most obvious purpose is to help people work more effectively across culture. That's what coaching across cultures is really about.
Is also about going beyond our cultural preferences, going beyond our cultural limitations, discovering new options, new ways of thinking, new ways of communicating, new ways of organizing ourselves. So when we are stuck with our current way, we can learn from other cultures. Intercultural coaching really has two goals. One is to help people work more effectively across cultures. And across cultures, I don't mean just across nations, it's across any culture. Generational differences, religious differences, differences in genders, differences in hierarchical levels, difference in functions, marketing versus R&D versus finance. So to help people work more effectively across cultures. The cultural element was missing in traditional coaching. So what I try to do is to systematically integrate culture into coaching. But more fundamentally, it is a more complete form of coaching. It's about unleashing more people's potential by unleashing the potential in cultural diversity. One important point is to treat those cultural differences as an opportunity, as a source of richness. And that implies an attitude of openness and curiosity about this other culture. To make the most out of differences, to create situations where people learn from each other and create a new culture where you have the best of both worlds.
Cultural differences doesn't have to only be a problem. It could be also an opportunity, a source of richness. When you go to a different culture, not just that you are trying to adapt to that culture, but you go there with a proactive attitude, asking yourself, what can I learn from this culture that will enrich me as a human being? We have a certain worldview and everything is examined through that worldview. If we don't pay attention, what's going to happen, those differences, if we try to bury those differences, at some point they will come up, but they will erupt in an uncontrolled volcanic fashion. If you're rushing all the time, it's difficult to keep a perspective. Oftentimes, you need to slow down to be able to see what is truly important, to be able to appreciate life. We cannot change others, you know that. We cannot change others really. What we can do is change ourselves. And when we change ourselves, then we increase the chance of possibly changing others.
increase our versatility, we increase our repertoires of options, and we can be more successful.